Hi Bluegrass friends and family, this is Nick. I'm a pharmacist at Bluegrass Pharmacy. Excited to be here for our first ever video edition of Tasty Tuesdays. So here we go. You know, you might be asking yourself, what kind of credentials do I have to be doing a cooking video? I'm telling you, I have very limited. You know, we learned the nutrition and everything behind just healthy meals during pharmacy school, but you know, as far as my culinary background, it's not very extensive. You can ask my wife. I don't make my time to go to the grocery much, and I really don't cook that much either. But that's the whole point of this, is that I want to present you with recipes that you can do that take minimal effort but are good, healthy, and just be good for the body. So let's go ahead and begin. This week's recipe is called Paleo Breakfast Bites. Now, one of the things that I'm super passionate about is meal prepping. Whenever you've got a busy lifestyle, like I'm sure many of you do out there, it's so vital that you prep your meals earlier in the week, and for me to do that on Sundays and to eat on them throughout the rest of the week. So that's one thing we're doing here. We're making breakfast right now, and so let's go ahead and begin. First of all, we've got these red bell peppers, very good in antioxidants. So we'll go ahead and chop these up. To be honest with you, before shooting this video, I was asking my wife, I wanted to learn, what's the name of this knife? You know, I mean, you've got all these different knives over here that try to use, and to be honest with you, neither one of us knew. So this was just the one she said for me to use. So you know what? Happy wife, happy life. That's what I say. So we'll go ahead and get these good and chopped up. And as you can tell, I've got terrible form for chopping up a red bell pepper, but you know what, that's okay. So you just want to get these pretty small because they are going into like a muffin tin. You don't want any too large while you're doing that. And you want to make sure you also keep all your fingers while you're doing this, which I've successfully done so far, but if I get any more nervous, that might not happen. Alright, I think I'm just about done mutilating this bell pepper. Yeah, then we're good. It's good. So we've got half a red bell pepper here. That's what this is going to be. We'll go ahead and put these in here. And get all that. So, and we'll go ahead and lay out the ingredients now for you. What we have, starting over here, we've got baby bella mushrooms. I've chopped those up fine. I got the slice from Kroger, went ahead and chopped them up a little bit more. Right here we've got some sweet potato. I want to tell you, this week's sweet potato is dear to my heart. If you don't know my wife Morgan, she's 18 weeks pregnant, and on our little iPhone baby app, it tells us our baby boy is the size of a sweet potato, so this is in honor of him. And what I've done to cut up this sweet potato, I've actually used a peeler. Peeled half a sweet potato, and then I chopped it up just to make it really fine, and that actually turned out pretty well. Haven't ever done it like that, but that's what we've got going on this week. And then of course we've got our red bell peppers. So what we're going to do, so I didn't say this, we've got half a cup of sweet potato, half a cup of red bell pepper, and then also, like I said at the beginning, half a cup of the baby bella mushrooms. So here what we have, make sure I don't tip that and spill out all my eggs, is we've got 12 eggs. I've already whisked these good together. Just want to make sure and whisk it real good. And then what we'll do, we'll go ahead and add in our red bell peppers. You don't have to do this in any order. Let's add those in, add in our sweet potato, and then let's add in our baby bella peppers. I'll go ahead and move this out of the way for right now because we're done with that. And we'll go ahead and whisk all of this in really good. I'll let you guys know, I also preheated our oven to 350. That's what we're going to be cooking on today. So you can see this isn't going to take much. You're not really having to do this for too long. But I'll go ahead and get that in there. Try to get a nice, even mixture. And what we're going to do, we're going to pour this. It makes 12 muffins. So we'll pour all of this concoction into our muffin tin that I've already put some Pam in before we started. So also I'm going to add a little bit of salt. I'm not measuring here. You just kind of eyeball it. I think the best chefs, and so I've been told, you just kind of eyeball it. So we'll see how that turns out, if it turns out in my favor or not. So a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. Let's go ahead and whisk together a little bit more so we have just a nice, even mixture here. All right. I think we're about good with that. And what we'll do now, let me go ahead and get a spoon rest, put that on there. And what we're going to do now, put these over here. Now, in previous times, I've tried to just pour this concoction into each of the muffin tins. As my wife told me, it didn't work very well. So I'm going to use her suggestion and use this little ladle. Is that the right term? We got it? Okay. We're going to use a ladle, and we're just going to dip this in to each of these muffin tins. So what we have here, I've already filled up each of the tins. We've got 12 in here, muffin tins. About half the depth is about right where you want to go. So what we're going to do, we've preheated the oven to 350. So I'm going to stick these bad boys in there. Make sure I don't burn myself. Alright, we're going to leave those in there for about 20 to 25 minutes or until they're brown on top. And we'll see you back then. Alright, so we're back. It took me about 25 minutes or so for me to think that these are good and done. And we're just going to put a towel out right here just to put our muffin tin on. Go ahead and get these out. They look pretty well done. Like those. You can see a couple of those I probably overfilled a little bit, but they still turned out really well. And I'm pretty happy with this. Going to be eating on these the rest of the week. If you guys like this recipe, if you tried it out, you said, man, that was good, how about you leave a comment below. Also, if you have any tips for this novice chef, I would love to hear what you have to say. Also, if you have any recipes that you feel are healthy that would be great for me to do, easy, something I can prep for the rest of the week, even if it's not something I can prep for the rest of the week, I would love to hear from you guys. Leave us a message here on our Facebook, on YouTube, wherever it is. We look forward to seeing you guys. I look forward to seeing you guys next week on Tasty Tuesday.